Before most U.S. beef is served in homes and restaurants across America and abroad, its journey begins at slaughterhouses like this one in Omaha, Nebraska. On the bones of nervous cattle, many of them drenched in their own urine and feces. It's an image workers here did not want us to record.
We can't have everybody filming at all.
American beef producers are nervous themselves these days. Grisly images of sick cows being abused and dragged through their own manure forced this plant to shut down in February and recall 65 million kilograms of meat, the largest beef recall in U.S. history. Each year, 5,000 Americans die from foodborne illnesses, and scores of those are from E. coli, which often comes from beef that's been contaminated by cow manure.
They're walking around in manure.
U.S. Government Beef Inspector Trent Burhow says the lack of safety and health standards in slaughterhouses would shock consumers.
When you see these cattle covered in feces, their manure, what are the plants using to clean this?
Well, ideally, if it's got feces or manure on it, it's supposed to be trimmed and removed. The bottom line ultimately is it's still manure, it's still fecal contamination, and whether it's diluted with hot water, chlorine, or any other chemical, I don't want to eat it. I don't want my family eating it. I don't want anybody eating it.
Fears of unsafe U.S. meat sparked protests in South Korea after President Lee Myung-bak rescinded a 5-year ban on American beef imports in April. Imports were suspended in 2003 after a U.S. case of mad cow disease. South Korea imported $850 million of U.S. beef annually before the ban. And U.S. President George Bush has been under pressure from the American beef industry to help jumpstart the exports and the profits that go with them. Many beef inspectors here say the U.S. government has conflicting objectives. One is to promote the beef industry. The other is to protect consumers here and abroad.
You cannot regulate what you're trying to promote. John Q. Public, they're the ones that are going to ultimately pay the penalty for it.
Whether they're here or they're over in South Korea?
No matter where they are. I don't care where they are on the face of the earth. They shouldn't be getting sick from eating American beef.
Some beef producers like Ron Barrier are anxious to renew exports and say consumers, not the beef, are often to blame for getting sick.
You can sit here and preach that, okay, all steaks should be cooked at medium or higher temperatures. Well, there's people that like rare steak.
It's not just undercooked beef that's making Americans sick. Over 1,300 people have contracted salmonella poisoning from contaminated tomatoes and jalapeno peppers since May. The problem, say many food safety experts, is the large, poorly regulated U.S. food chain.
We've gone to too much of a self-regulatory scheme, and there are not enough government inspectors. And I think that's what the public needs to know.
See my girls?
Some farmers are challenging the industrial agriculture model. Mike Bennick raises about 50 cows on his farm in Virginia. His goal is to provide the safest meat possible by doing it naturally.
Here in the field, they're eating their natural food, grass. They're getting sunlight. That's sterilizing, the pathogens, the germs. You move your animals away from their manure every day.
But such producers play a small role in America's beef market. For now, Trent Burhow says the only answer to ensuring safety is to hire more inspectors and strengthen regulations.
How many people are going to have to get sick and or die before the government steps it up in regard to consumer safety protection?
Mike Kirsch, Al Jazeera, Omaha, Nebraska.